We got clean and jerks on the menu tonight. It's a staple for any athlete, really, that requires speed, power, coordination. And I can't think of an athlete that doesn't need those type of things. Okay, but especially for wrestlers. All right, wrestlers need to put cleans, snatches, deadlifts. They need to train their posterior chain, their backside, from the foot to the head. Okay, and nothing does better than those traditional lifts. Right, so when I have cleans on the menu, a good place to start is the rower for your warm up. It's about 1 minute, 300 meters. Computer's dead, so. When you're thinking about the Olympic lifts, there's 3 parts, 3 poles, okay? And you need to practice and master those 3 poles. Not just so you can do the clean and jerk or the snatch efficiently and be good at the Olympic lifts, but because buried in those 3 poles are universal motor recruitment patterns. Motor recruitment patterns that will show up in your wrestling on the mat, will show up in basically all sports, all human movement, even on the job, doing construction, whatever, picking up a bag of dog food. Okay, and the first pull is from the feet, from the floor, like this, to the kneecaps. The only thing that changes in this first phase is the shin angle. We'll keep your knees out, feet flat, good posture, butt below the shoulders, chest out, okay? And you just want to push the floor, bring the bar to the knees. The second pull is to the jump, from the knees all the way up. You're gonna do a little hop, because you're gonna explode the hips as hard as you can. So bring the bar straight up the legs, extend the hips, hit that lockout as hard as you can, give the bar a little bounce, and when it bounces, that's when you hit the third pull. The third pull is literally pulling with your arms and jumping under the bar, okay? So first, second, and then under is third. All right, so this can be part of your warm-up, just going through these phases over and over again. Make sure they feel good, okay? Okay. Second pull, and then this is what you would call tall cleans here, where I'm just going to practice getting under. I'll give it a little bump with the heels, all right, and get down under. And if you discover, you're doing systems checks as you're warming up, what I discovered, my forearms, triceps, my wrists, they're all really tight. And when I find out how tight they are, then I'll do some extra wrist rolls, basically. I'm just gonna roll it to the shoulders and back down, dynamically warming up my forearms and wrists and triceps, trying to get it to where it'll sit on the shoulders at least in my fingertips. I'd like to have a full grip, but you can still do it in the fingertips. Okay. All right. And then you can practice the tall cleans easier once you got that loosened up. Go back down, hit some first pulls, hit some second pulls, and then put it all together. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do an EMOM tonight. An EMOM is every minute on the minute. I'm gonna do a certain number of reps of a chosen movement. I think for tonight, I'm gonna build up to a moderately heavy clean and jerk. And then for the EMOM, that's gonna be moderate strength building plus some cardiorespiratory training. So I think I'm gonna hit 185 and do power cleans and power jerks. So I'm deliberating over how many reps of 185 I can do in a minute for 10 minutes. So work up to a heavy single on squat clean and jerk. All right, and then turn on the clock and get your volume in plus some engine work. All right, so for wrestlers, you can really think of this as 4 flurries, 4 takedowns in a minute. All right, you can clean it, you can jerk it. That's like hitting a double leg, blasting the guy off his feet. All right, drop the bar, do it again, and see if you can do 4 of those in a minute for 10 minutes straight. I think I might be in good enough shape to do that. We'll find out. I haven't done it in a while. That kind of format. So you want to experiment with this. If you can do 5 in a minute or 6 in a minute, and you can lean towards high reps, low weight, or high weight, low reps, and either way, it's still going to work the engine and have its value. Okay, one day you can work more on endurance and speed, and on another day you can work more on heavy lifting, work more on maximal strength while under duress. That's one thing a wrestler really needs to learn how to do, because they're a hybrid athlete, is produce maximal strength while they're out of breath, while they're breathing heavy. Because if you're inexperienced, you don't know how to do that. It's scary. Okay? And your metabolic system might be bad at doing it. So that's a build-up set. You don't have to do tap and goes. You can do drops. Just drop the bar, pick it up as it gets heavier. That's what I'll do. a split jerk, there's a dip, there's a drive, and then there's a receiving position. So I'm gonna dip, I'm gonna drive hard, bounce the bar off my shoulders, and while it's in midair, that little window is where you split the feet. And it should feel effortless when you catch it. There's no real press there. It's weightless if you do it right. All the weightlifting is in the legs and bouncing it off the shoulders. Okay, if you hit that just right and you time your split up perfect, then you don't feel much in the press. Okay, you're looking for a vertical shin here, nearly 90 degrees here, toes slightly turned in, core straight up and down, and recover front leg first. Okay, then bring the bar down. All right, so 3 phases, 1, 2, 3, then the split jerk. Front leg first. And this is what you call a category 3 lift. You're changing directions, you're leaving the ground. It's complex as opposed to just a deadlift. Not changing directions, not leaving the ground. That's like, might be a category 1, but this is category 3. Just means level of difficulty. All right, and which is more sport specific to wrestlers. Essentially wrestling this barbell. What's very cool about the Olympic lifts is dynamically changing your level. You're here, and then as fast as you can, you're gonna change your level and catch a heavy load. You're gonna bear a load. So I'm gonna be here, and all of a sudden, I'm here. Which should, if you're a wrestler, the light bulb should go off. Well, that's just like taking a shot. Okay, I'm here, and all of a sudden I'm gonna change my level, okay? And I'm gonna rock it into them, which is gonna be load bearing. All right, I'm gonna hug onto a human being, and I'm gonna try to move him. It's the same here. I'm gonna change my level, catch the bar, move that load. So it's just like wrestling. Might regret this jump, but this might be my last jump. Do a couple reps here and then go back down to the 85. I might go a little heavier. See how this feels. This would be 215. A little over body weight. I think a good goal, if you've never done these before, is body weight. Be able to throw around your own body weight if you're a wrestler, because that guy's going to be in your weight class. If you can throw around a bar that weighs your own weight, you should be able to throw around a human. In theory, sounds good. Okay, and then work up from there, set goals. Now I want to do 1.5 my body weight. And then like the super dream would be 2 times. I don't think I ever hit that. That'd be like 420. Most every day was 320, which is about 1.5 body weight. Haven't gone that heavy in a while. Definitely been avoiding that in my retirement. Old man biases. You could feel it in this quad. Ooh. This is a little heavier. Is that 215? 225. When I first started CrossFit, the sport, I started competing in CrossFit when I was what, 30? 2012? Mm-hmm. 11 years ago. 31. My goal, first goal was 275. I remember I hit 245 at a random backyard comp. I power cleaned it and jerked it. Just muscled it. And then my goal was 275. I remember I first hit 275. And then I vowed that would be my back pocket weight. Always have that in my back pocket. Be able to hit that on any given day, any given moment. Which I did from there on out. So, and what I discovered working that hard on the Olympic lifts is that I should have been doing it at that skill level my whole life. Would have made me a better athlete. Because I just did some power cleans here and there, and they were ugly. Like in high school power cleans, they were bad. I might not have 275 in the pocket. 245, this will be the last one. Knocking off the dust, knocking off the rust. I keep hopping forward too. If you see that in the video, I'm coming up and I'm hopping forward. That's not necessarily good. Okay. At lighter weights, it's okay. When you go for a max, it's no good. You'll miss. If you hop forward on a super heavy weight, most of the time you'll catch it and then dump it forward before you can stand it up. So what you can do simply is put your toes on a line and focus hard staying behind it. So you go like this, here. Notice how my feet stayed put. Rather than no jumping forward. Easier said than done. It's always been my weakness. Woo! That felt like 320, not 245. All right, after you get done working up the heavy single, then take 10-15 minute break and get ready for the Metcon. And tonight it's in the form of an EMOM.
What does that mean?
EMOM is every minute on the minute for 10 minutes. I'm gonna do a certain number of reps. And I'm debating between 3 or 4 power clean and jerks at 185. So I'm not going lightweight high reps. I'm going heavyweight low reps, and still working on the engine though, because if I program it correctly, after the first minute and the second beat goes off, I won't have my breath back. Okay? If you have your breath back, you made it too easy. And then it only gets worse after each minute, to where at the 5th minute, after the 5th minute, you should be, this should be so bad and so painful that you're questioning life decisions. You know, why did you do certain things that could have made this go better? Like, could you sleep better? Did you have to eat that pizza? Did you have to eat those cookies? And in my case, Kate will have a beer. All right? And if those questions will actually come up when you're in pain, when you're in misery. If you're trying to be a wrestling champion and you always fly through your conditioners like a champ, right? And they don't humble you, they don't make you feel like you're not good enough, that you need to keep working, then you're not programming it right. Okay? Your training session should always kill you, because you need to kill off the guy that walks in so a new guy walks out. I've been I've trained with a lot of people, a lot of elite athletes, been in a lot of different camps, and as hands down the number one criteria is the best the best of the best will always empty the tank. They will always go into that dark, unbearable place that almost nobody wants to go statistically. They think they do because they went hard. I go hard. It's like, yeah, but there's another level beyond hard, and that's where you gotta go. If you wanna be a champ, If you want to be a state champ, NCAA champ, world champ, that's where you gotta go. Okay? Now technically I'm retired, so I might not go there tonight. Maybe, we'll see. But you youngins hungry to win, you gotta go there. Oh boy. Shoot. Did I say 185? It's I'm gonna go for 4 because I know my former past self could have done it. So let's see if, where'd the other clip go? Let's see if I can find the willpower when the steam runs out. You want to do it with me?
I'll do it after.
Okay.
Escucha mis pasos, detrás, siente mis pasos, detrás, escucha mis pasos, detrás. Siente mis pasos, detrás, escucha mis pasos, detrás, siente mis pasos, detrás, escucha mis pasos, detrás.
It's 10 rounds.
That's it.
Done. How do you feel?
Bad. Real bad. So that's all it's going to take some days for wrestling, strength and conditioning. Go heavy, work up to a heavy single on your clean or your snatch or your squat or your bench or shoulder press. Pick a lift, go heavy on it. Do a 5x5, a 5-3-1, low reps, high weight, okay? And then you can still throw something similar into your conditioner, like I just did. Go lighter and go keep moving for a designated time period. You want to change up your time domains, short, medium, and long, because wrestlers need it all. You need to be a hybrid. So do 5-minute sprints, do 3-minute sprints, do 20-minute long grinders, okay, where you just never stop moving, like 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 air squats. Repeat for 20 minutes. That's the famous Cindy. Like I said before, CrossFit did wrestlers a huge favor. They gave us all these benchmarks. So if you can't get 20 rounds on Cindy, then you're not an elite athlete. Okay, so, and we know this because of all the data that we've collected from elite athletes trying it out and reporting their score. All right, other than that, all we have are the classics, like the mile run, the 400-meter run, all the track stats, okay? All the powerlifting stats and the Olympic lifting stats, all right? Which are good, but not as sport specific as these metabolic conditioners for wrestlers. Because wrestlers are a hybrid, just like CrossFit athletes, okay? So by the time you're done with your wrestling practice, you know you did all your drills, all your warm-ups, all your live wrestling. Take a 10-15 minute break, start in on your heavy lift, take another 10-minute break, and then hit your final metabolic conditioner for the day, and you're done. And that template alone, especially like in youth wrestling, middle school, high school, will create elite athletes. Okay, might need to tweak it or split it up into 2 sessions. If you go higher level and get more serious, like in the Olympics, then you have to find every which possible way to cram in extra training. And that could be finagling with 2 sessions a day, a morning session, afternoon session. All right, but so far, you know, the boys, they're 11, this is their 4th season. Andrew was a state champion, Alexander was runner-up, and he had beaten the state champion before. So they've caught up to the best in the state with this template. Okay, so give it a shot. Let me know how it goes. Report your scores in the comments. Ask questions in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I'm going to keep posting our training and tips and everything I can to help you guys out.